Welcome back, everyone. World Baseball News for the week of April 3rd. It's the best time of the year, opening day for the 2023 season in countries around the world. Japan, Korea, Taiwan, Cuba, and a few countries in Europe got their seasons underway last week. Let's stop wasting time and take a look at what's happened in the past week. Before the season ever got started in Japan, there was some big news involving one of the best relievers. Cuban pitcher Yariel Rodriguez will not be playing this season. He has defected and broken his contract with the Chunichi Dragons. Now should be free to sign with a major league team. But he apparently signed a 2-year contract with the Dragons, so they could keep him on the restricted list for 2 years. Also, the Cuban Baseball Federation is demanding money for breach of contract from Rodriguez. It's a little messy. NPB has said they will not get involved. The issue is between Rodriguez, the Dragons, and the Cuban Baseball Federation. The 2023 season of Nippon Professional Baseball got started last Thursday, March 30th. One game, one brand new stadium, Escon Field in Hokkaido, was played at for the very first time as the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters welcomed the Rakuten Eagles in front of a crowd of 31,000. The grand opening of the Fighters' new ballpark was ruined by the visitors, though. Eagles won 3-1. Eagles third baseman Yukiya Ito broke a scoreless tie in the fifth with a solo home run, the first ever home run at Escon Field. Maikel Franco had a huge NPB debut, 3 out of 4 with a 2-run homer. Masahiro Tanaka was the opening day starter for the Eagles and became only the third pitcher to have a win on opening day in both MLB and NPB. The other two were Hideo Nomo and Hiroki Kuroda. One day later, the other 10 teams took the field. Dragons scored 4 in the top of the ninth to get past the Giants at Tokyo Dome 6-3. Swallows shut out the Carp 4-0. Tigers over the Bay Stars 6-3. Buffaloes began their title defense versus the Lions, scored 1 in the ninth to send it to extra innings, and 1 in the 10th for a 3-2 win, and the Hawks blanked the Marines 4-0. Dragons pitcher Shinosuke Ogasawara on opening day was kept out there for 145 pitches, 7 innings, 3 allowed. Munetaka Murakami hit a 2-run homer in his first plate appearance of the season. Yasuhiro Ogawa tossed 7 shutout innings, only 3 hits and 1 walk allowed. Tigers shortstop Ryuhei Obata drove in 3 runs on 2 hits. Catcher Tomiya Mori's first game as a Buffalo was against his old team, and he was the one responsible for tying the game up on a solo home run with 2 outs in the ninth. 20-year-old Shunpeta Yamashita made his NPB debut starting for the Buffaloes. 5 1/3 innings, 1 run, 7 Ks. Hawks third baseman Ryoya Kurihara batted in 3 of the Hawks' 4 runs with a 6th-inning home run. Tomohisa Ozeki was the winning pitcher, throwing 7 scoreless with 7 Ks. Saturday, all 12 teams in action for the first time. Giants evened the series with a 2-0 shutout of the Dragons. Carp were shut out for the second day in a row, 1-0 to the Swallows. Tigers walked it off in the 12th for a 6-5 win over the Bay Stars. Fighters' first win at Escon Field was a 10th-inning walk-off, 4-3 over the Eagles. Buffaloes pounded the Lions 9-2. Hawks shut out the Marines again, 7-0, and out-hit them 15-3. Marines were shut out twice to start the season for the first time since 1967. Giants pitcher Foster Griffin struck out 7 batters through 7 scoreless innings to earn the win in his NPB debut. Swallows pitcher Dylan Peters threw 6 shutout innings in his first NPB game, but it was a no decision. Koji Chikamoto reached base 5 times as the leadoff man for the Tigers. Yutaro Sugimoto reached base 3 times and hit a 2-run homer. Hawks pitcher Koya Fujii struck out 9 batters in 7 shutout innings for the win. Sunday, last day of the first series, Giants over the Dragons 3-2 in the rubber match. Carp finally scored some runs, had an early lead, but couldn't hang on. Swallows 3-2 for the sweep. Tigers also got a sweep, 6-2 over the Bay Stars. Eagles over Fighters 2-1 to take the series. Lions avoided a sweep, 4-1 over the Buffaloes. And the Hawks completed a sweep, 5-3 over the Marines. Marines didn't score till the 6th inning. They were shut out for the first 23 innings of the season. 23-year-old Giants pitcher Yuji Akahoshi lasted 7 innings and allowed only 1 in a no decision. Tetsuto Yamada hit a 2-run homer and stole a base in the Swallows' win. 24-year-old Tigers pitcher Hiroto Saiki struck out 8 batters in 6 1/3 innings and surrendered just 1. Yuki Matsui was perfect in the ninth for his 199th career save. Kaima Taira, a reliever last year, was amazing in his first start. 7 innings, 1 run, 9 strikeouts. Kensuke Kondo hit a single, a 2-run double, and stole a base. He's batting .417 in his first 3 games as a Hawk. Central League standings after the first series. Swallows and Tigers still unbeaten at 3-0. Giants 2-1. Dragons 1-2. Bay Stars and Carp winless at 0-3. In Pacific League, Hawks at the top at 3-0. Buffaloes and Eagles 2-1. Lions and Fighters 1-2. Marines still looking for their first win. This week in NPB, Tuesday to Thursday, Giants at Baystars, Swallows at Dragons, Tigers at Carp, Lions at Eagles, Fighters at Marines, and Hawks at Buffaloes. That'll be the home opener for all 6 of those teams. Friday, Dragons at Baystars, Swallows at Tigers, first game of the year at Koshian, Giants at Carp, and Fighters at Buffaloes. Saturday and Sunday, same matchups, plus Eagles at Marines and Lions versus Hawks in Miyazaki. All-day games on Saturday and Sunday. The 42nd season of the KBO in Korea got started on Saturday, April 1st. All opening day games were sold out, first time that's happened since the league expanded to 10 teams in 2015. Total attendance was over 105,000 for the 5 games on Saturday. But bad news for overseas fans. In past years, we were able to watch all KBO games live and free on the Naver app. That is now unavailable for fans outside of Korea. As far as I know, there's no way to watch KBO games now. If something becomes available, I'll let you know. If you hear about it before I do, let us all know in the comments. Opening day on Saturday, Eagles and Heroes went to 10 innings, ended on a bases-loaded walk-off single from Hyung-jong Lee in his first game as a Hero to give his team a 3-2 win. SSG Landers began their title defense with a 4-1 win over the Tigers. Wiz scored 8 runs in the 6th as they rolled past the Twins 11-6. Giants and Bears went to 11 innings before the Bears walked it off for a 12-10 win, and the Dinos blanked the Lions 8-0. Heroes pitcher Woo Jin An, the best pitcher in the KBO last year, set a new opening day record with 12 strikeouts in 6 scoreless innings, but had to settle for a no decision. Shin Soo-Choo was the first batter of the first inning for the Landers, and was credited with hitting the first home run of the 2023 KBO season. Anthony Alford was 4 for 4 with a 2-run double and a solo home run. Bears outfielder Jose Rojas, in his KBO debut, had 5 RBI, including the walk-off 3-run homer in the 11th. Eric Fetty tossed 5 scoreless with 6 Ks and got the win in his KBO debut for the Dinos. Sunday, Heroes walked it off again, this time with a 9th-inning bases-loaded walk, 7-6 over the Eagles for the weekend's only sweep. All other series ended in a 1-1 split. Tigers over Landers 9-5. Twins and Wiz went 11 innings. Twins came out on top 10-9. Giants blanked the Bears 2-0, and the Lions came back from an early 6-0 deficit to beat the Dinos 8-6. Heroes outfielder Hyung-jong Lee, one day after his walk-off single, went 4 out of 5 at the plate on Sunday. Giants pitcher Gyun An Na threw 6 2/3 scoreless to earn the win. DH Dong Yub Kim singled 4 times in the Lions' win. KBO standings after one 2-game series, the Heroes are first. 8 teams tied for second, and the Eagles, trying not to finish in the basement for a 4th straight year, have already found themselves at the bottom. Only 142 games left to dig themselves out. This week in the KBO, Tuesday to Thursday, Eagles at Lions, Tigers at Wiz, Twins at Heroes, Giants at Landers, and Dinos at Bears. On the weekend, Wiz at Giants, Bears at Tigers, Landers at Eagles, Lions at Twins, and Heroes at Dinos. The 34th season of the CPBL in Taiwan started on Saturday, April 1st, same day they started in Korea. And as always, opening day was limited to the 2 teams that played in last year's Taiwan series. That series ended in a 4-game sweep for the brothers. This time, however, the Monkeys came out on top, 4-1, most of their offense coming on a pinch-hit 3-run homer from Chien-Fu Lau. 2 games on Sunday, Dragons over Brothers 7-5. The defending champions start the season at 0-2. 22-year-old Dragons third baseman Ji Hong Lu was 4 out of 5 with a home run, 3 batted in, and 2 runs scored. In the other game, Guardians and Monkeys couldn't find a winner after 12 innings, 3-3 the final for the first tie of the season. Standings after 3 games, Dragons 1-0, Monkeys 1-0-1, Guardians no wins, no loss, only a tie. Brothers are 0-2. Not shown here, the Uni Lions did not play on opening weekend. They opened their season at home today against the Brothers, while Guardians hosted the Dragons. I don't have those results for you. Next games are on Tuesday, Brothers at Lions and Monkeys at Guardians. The Cuban National Series was the first major baseball league to start its season last week. That kicked off on Wednesday, March 29th. 5 games were played last week, as they do almost every week. Here's a look at the standings after Week 1. Villa Clara had the best week, going 4-1. They won 3 out of 4 from Cienfuegos and beat Industriales in 1 game. 7 teams went 3-2. Santiago, Las Tunas, Matanzas, Mayabeque, Camagüey, Guantanamo, and Industriales. Then in the bottom half, 7 teams were 2-3. Isla Juventud, Holguin, Ciego de Avila, Artemisa, Granma, Pinar del Rio, and Sancti Spiritus. Cienfuegos had the worst week, going 1-4. Granma is the defending champion. They played all 5 games last week against Matanzas, in a rematch of last year's championship series. Granma won the first 2, Matanzas won the last 3. Czech Baseball Extraliga kicked off its 2023 season on Friday, March 31st with just one game. Sokol Hluboka got the first win of the season, 7-2 over Eros Ostrava. Saturday, Drazi Brno's title defense started with a 16-6 thumping of Tempo Praha. Eagles Praha disposed of Trebek Nuclears 12-2. Eros Ostrava evened the series with an 8-0 shutout of Sokol Hluboka. And Eagles made it a doubleheader sweep, 8-5 over Nuclears. Sunday, Technica Brno took Game 1 of the doubleheader 6-2 over Hrosi Brno. Tempo Praha avenged Saturday's loss 10-4 over Drazi to split the series. Martin Cervenka hit his first home run as a member of Tempo. Hluboka and Eros game was called off. Nuclears beat Eagles 10-0, one day after losing to them by 10. And Hrosi hammered Technica 12-0 to split their series. And here are the early standings. Eagles Praha are at the top with a record of 2-1. 6 teams tied with an even record of 1-1. Trebek Nuclears, the only team with a losing record. This week we'll see Technica versus Drazi, Eros versus Nuclears, Eagles versus Tempo, and Hluboka versus Hrosi. To watch these games, create a free account at Czech Baseball TV. Link in the description. One more league to talk about here, Baseball Bundesliga in Germany. Just like the Czech League, started with one game on Friday before everyone else got in on the action on Saturday. The first game on Friday was won by the Heidenheim Heidekipp 12-4 over the Mannheim Tornadoes. On Saturday, the new team, Hunstetten, walked it off to beat the Munich Haar Disciples 9-8. Heidenheim and Mannheim Game 2 was called off. Hunstetten took the afternoon game 4-1 for a 2-game sweep over Haar. In a rematch of last year's championship series, the defending champion Bonn Capitals crushed the Paderborn Untouchables 11-1. Sunday, Cologne over Berlin 7-4. Doran beat Hamburg 3-2. Paderborn got even with Bonn 5-3 to split the series. Berlin hammered Cologne 11-0 in Game 2 for a series split. Mainz and Stuttgart, both games were postponed. And Hamburg beat Doran 2-1 to split that series. So here's how they look. Every team in the north is 1-1. 3 series on opening weekend, all of them split. This week Cologne takes on Doran and Hamburg meets Bonn. Berlin and Paderborn have the week off. In the south, the new team is the league leader at the moment. Hunstetten leads the way at 2-0. Heidenheim is 1-0. Regensburg, Mainz, and Stuttgart have yet to take the field. Mannheim is 0-1, and the Munich Haar Disciples are 0-2. This week it's Heidenheim versus Haar, Mannheim versus Stuttgart, and Regensburg versus Hunstetten. More season openers in Europe this week. The Belgian Golden League opens on the weekend. On Thursday, the Honkbal Hoofdklasse starts up in the Netherlands. Opening matchups in the Hoofdklasse, Neptunus and DSS Kinheim. HCAW begins their title defense against the Amsterdam Pirates. Hoofddorp Pioneers and Quick Amersfoort. And last year's new team at the top level, RCH Penguins, meet this year's new team, UVV. And that's all for this one. Until next time, this is Baseball International. See ya.